Why is sea freight the lowest cost? Americans invented the container, which reduced the cost of cargo transportation to an unimaginable level. The cost of getting up early by sea is much higher than that of railway transportation, because the cost of loading and unloading is quite high. Anyone who has been on a ship should know that loading goods onto a ship is an extremely difficult task, and transporting tens of thousands of tons of goods onto a ship is even more challenging. It is even more difficult to store these goods neatly in the ship and unload them at the destination, especially during sea transportation. There is also a risk of capsizing the ship. If the ship capsizes, the goods will be buried at the bottom of the sea. I'm afraid we can only wait for the exploration team organized by later generations to come and search for treasure. Train transportation is different. If the train overturns, the goods are still there. It can be reloaded and transported again. In 1814, humans had trains. The first railway was officially established in 1825. The emergence of railways shocked the world. This was the lowest transportation cost for humans at that time, far lower than sea freight. But since 1946, when the American McLean invented the container, the cost of shipping has been reduced to the limit. Today's 1 ton of goods has only 5% of the transportation cost in 1946. Many economically uneconomical transactions have become more cost-effective due to the decrease in sea freight costs. In contrast, the cost of train transportation has increased. Of course, there are many things to consider in transportation, not just cost. Although sea freight is cheap, it can only be transported point to point between ports, far less accessible than railways, and railways are not as flexible as highways. The three are actually complementary to each other. Each has its own characteristics, just tailored to local conditions. So, choosing sea freight is not only economically efficient, but also reduces supply chain pressure. If you also want to find the best shipping solution, check the latest freight rates in real time, go to www.vaughansea.com.